We are back at Famous Phil's up on the main line. So we're going to eat this cheesesteak with our pinkies up. This is the kind of place you go before you go to the Lamborghini shop right down the street.
Yes, I'm all dressed up for the occasion.
I say we are back because me and Mikey Scorsese here filmed our podcast, I don't know, 2 weeks ago? Maybe a little longer than that. Yeah. You might notice if you are watching this at the end of the podcast, or if you watched the podcast and then came here, we are in different outfits because for whatever reason, it did not record inside. So we had to come back because that's what we do at Cheesesteaks With. My review the first time was this is the kind of place where you want to come and sit down. It's BYOB, which is pretty freaking sweet. And you can sit down, watch a game. There's a nice TV. And the atmosphere there's some characters. There's some characters behind the counter. It's the reason why he loves the place. He talks about it on the podcast. And I got that experience because I walked in and the guy, I assumed he was either the owner, definitely at least the manager, was on the phone, not screaming, but talking tough to his beef distributor, I guess you call it, saying that the meat you're giving me is subpar, I'm getting ripped off for subpar meat, yada, yada, yada. And that said, I did give it, it's a Philly cheesesteak for sure, but I gave it a 7.6 rating because the quality of the meat was very, very bad. So I'm curious if, you know, the change they made is already in effect or if they're dragging their feet there with it. I mean, right away, you see you got to chop up. The meat's really thin. I like that. It's not just a chop up. It's a thin chop up. You got the onions distributed out. You got the steam coming off. I don't know if you can pick that up in there, but I think it looks pretty good. It's not small, but it's not the biggest. And I don't know. I'm excited for this. I'm excited. I'm a little hungry right now, so
yeah, so am I.
So it might sway my rating a little bit, but hey, we can only go up from 7.6 because you know that's the baseline. Cheers. Definitely better than last time. I remember.
I have to agree on that.
They've improved. This is a completely different cheesesteak. Second time around. I got my rating. I mean,
already?
Oh yeah. I'm a professional, man. You give me 2 bites and I know what's going on. I mean, the roll's great. The meat's great. It's not dry. It could be a little more moist. Yeah, I think that's the only knock. I think the cheese to meat to bread ratio is spectacular.
Yeah, going off the moistness. Like, I kind of like when the juices soak into the bottom of the bun. So you kind of get a soft bite, if that makes sense.
Oh.
Like, you get that soft under.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's not present here.
Not at all. I mean, there's zero drip to this.
Maybe this is just me speaking as like a growing 16-year-old boy, but I would like order 2 of these if I came here.
Oh, that's right. He had this last cheesesteak before a high school track meet. And when we were trying to set this up, I was like, oh, he probably can't do it the same day as track meet. And he's like, no big deal, right? So this kid eats a cheesesteak before a track meet.
And Pika's Pizza.
And Pika's Pizza. Right. Pika's Pizza for breakfast.
Right.
Cheesesteak for lunch. Goes to this track meet and sets a PR. Like, to be young again. While Mikey Scorsese comes up with his score, I got to pitch the podcast. This kid right here is a potential, the potential next Tarantino, Scorsese. Fill in the blank of your favorite filmmaker. Kids love making movies, and I've seen some of his work. It's impressive.
Oh, thank you. All right. So the only thing that really is a problem for me is that there's not a lot of drip. But besides that, I really like everything about this. I'm going to give it a 9.3.
9.3.
Yeah.
Wow. Last time I was 7.6, which, as you should know by now, but for those of you that don't know, 7.6 is the baseline Philly cheesesteak. Whatever they changed, I mean, not whatever they changed. We know what they changed. It was a meat situation. I'm going to give it an Eric Lindros. 88, baby. This is an 8.8.
I'll take it.
This is good. This is
it.
good, man. As you said, order it with fries or a side to fill you up a little more. But I like Phil's got my approval, man. And just so you know, this video was edited by this one here. It's light work for him, but just so you know what he's capable of. You can check out other videos, other cheesesteak reviews he did. I know he did Jack's and Leo's that I'll put at the end of this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay beefy, Philadelphia.